Hi, welcome back to Weird Tropicals. If you're new here, the channel's all about tropical plants, garden tours, tips and tricks, as well as sowing from seed, and essentially how I run my plant business. If you're returning, thanks again for subscribing and watching yet another one of my videos. Today's going to be an update video from the last 6 episodes, so there's no point in just keep sowing stuff every week if you don't know what the end result's going to be. So today, I'm going to run through each of the episodes, all of the plants, and I'm going to get all the ones that have germinated and then kind of give you some advice on the ones maybe that haven't. Don't forget to put yours in the comments to say if you've had the same success as me or if you've had plants germinate that I haven't. Get straight at it. The first episode was Canna, Euphorbia, and Ricinus. So I've got some of the Cannas here, which need to be potted on now. They always do really well. So these are these little dinky pots. I think I didn't really have many, if any, of these Cannas not germinate, but they're really, really healthy little plug plants. They are now ready to be potted on. As well as that, we had Euphorbia, which have grown quite leggy, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what they're supposed to grow like, but they've grown from seed, but they are quite leggy, and they're getting enough sun as well. So it's not like, I know traditionally they stretch looking for the sun, but that's not the case with these ones. I think maybe that's just how they grow. A couple of the Ricinus now, really decent size on some of these. I did put quite a few on, and some of them like overnight just dive bombed. Like I probably lost half of them through just root disturbance. So hence why we do as many as we did. As I said in the first video, we didn't need 10 of them anyway. So I think I've probably got 4 or 5 that are not in a mood. So yeah, it's a lot of effort to go to then for them to die off. I mean, I've put them in the shade now, see if they can recover. Episode 2 was the one that I knew was going to be a tricky one, but I wanted to get it in early just so we had enough time to see if we could germinate anything. And that included Mani Hot, which are extremely sought after plants. That was on the 30th of April. Still absolutely nothing. With the dome on, sweating away, and we're just going to say those can take up to a year. So I wasn't expecting miracles. We then did the bananas, and having a look inside the bag now. I've kept this moist in there, but nothing more than that. And I can't see anything using the baggy method at all. As you can see, that's just a mix in there. I'm going to tighten that back down and just let that get on with it. As again, those can take an absolute age. I'll check the other bag live with you now. And again, I can't see no signs of life in that one either. But again, we were looking at months for these. These weren't the ones that were going to take weeks. So there was a good little kind of split with these. So the ones that were going to be like within a week or so, and the ones that were going to take a bit of time. So episode 2, so far I've had nothing out of, but I was expecting that, truth be told. Episode 3 was Tree Dahlia, Papaya, and Brugmansia. And I've had success with all of these. Let me show you. If I go into the propagator and move my drink out of the way. In fact, I'll take you with me. Let's go and have a little look. So, inside the sweaty propagator, we've got Brugmansia. I've had one. You can see right at the back. But they often grow and the head pops off. It looks exactly like what's happened with this one. So we've had one germinate so far. I've not kept the humidity dome on, so I know the humidity dome can have damping off. I think that's just what happens with those particular seeds. So if you have the same thing, it's not something to worry about. I think that's just what happens with those particular seeds. The papaya, different kettle of fish. Absolutely really healthy plants. That one's Red Lady. That was only done on the 5th of May. And they are really nice looking plants. The other papaya growing nice, not as strongly, but they're still nice plants. And those were Papaya Sunrise, but if you put them next to each other, the top ones get my vote. They're just a little bit bigger, a little bit more vigorous. Had more germinate in that one than that one as well. So the papaya, thumbs up. They're going really well. And obviously, as I said before, you need those male and female or ones that you can get that are both in order to germinate. Anyway, the tree dahlia we have had some really good success with, and I've got 3 plants. I can see 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 plants in there again. When did we plant those? Oh, I didn't put it on there. Yeah, but 3 plants from that one, so I'm relatively happy with that one. Moving on swiftly to episode 4, that was the Soteria palmifolia, which was palm grass, Persicaria, and Pseudopanax. Out of those, because again that was a recent episode, I've had 1 of them germinate, and that's the Persicaria. That's the variegated one. I've got 4 plants out of that so far. So absolutely buzzing from the pack of the seed. I get 4 plants minimum off that. And anyone knows Persicaria knows that it's dead easy to propagate from cuttings and things as well. So even if I'd got 1, I'd have been buzzing. But to have 4 so far, that doesn't mean that they're finished. I'm really happy with that. The others, again, early days. They haven't germinated for me just yet. Episode 5 was Ravanella, Montanoa, and Melianthus. If I quickly put those seedlings down. The Ravanella I checked yesterday. Let me get the pot. I have to watch. There was a massive spider on this yesterday and I was not impressed. I put mine in quite a big tub. That was on the 15th of May. So we're not talking a long time. I've kept that moist so I can still feel the weight in the pot on that. Nothing on that one yet. But again, rare seeds, not expecting miracles on that. They take a little bit of time. The one thing that we have had success with, I'm sure I saw yesterday, yes. So right on the very front there, you can see, I think you're just about to see there, little seedling in there. So I can see 1, and there's 1 there as well, just saying, there's 1. You see that little loop? There's 1 as well. So the ones that are sowed across the front, oddly, are doing quite well. So there's 2 in the Melianthus comossus. What else was missing from there was Montanoa. Let me check in the propagator for Montanoa. Oh, this one was great. So these ones, Montanoa hibiscifolia, are brilliant. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants in there already. We did 20 seed, only on the 16th of May. So a couple of weeks they've been in there. And there's still, to be fair, there's still more little ones just popping up. These were ones, oh, and another one. So now we've got 10 out of 20 so far. This was one I came in the morning in the greenhouse and checked all the trays. There was absolutely nothing in. Came in after work, so it took about 9 hours later. And it had already popped up to about that size. So when they popped, they actually really, really went well. So actually on episode 5, we've had 2 out of the 3. So I'm really happy with that one. Episode 6, which was the Schizolebium Calispidia and Eryzima. Not a single one of them are easy to say, apart from maybe Eryzima. I've had decent success with that one as well. So these ones, which are the Caesalpinia gillesi, kind of grow in a similar way to like ricin. Massive. Sorry, I had to quickly pause there. My hay fever was destroying my life there. But almost everyone that we've planted burst out, as I was saying just before hay fever took over my life, was that these grow kind of like ricinus, really fast, burst up out, massive seed heads on these, absolutely steaming ahead. And all I did was just lay these down, and then I came in like kind of, I think it was the next day, and all the kind of colour had come off the seed. So I kind of buried it again, just put a little bit more on it. And the next day I could see it completely stood upright. So these are on the 26th of May. So these aren't playing at all. This has been really, really fast germination. Yeah, so as I was saying, if I had a quick break, those were sown, as you can see there, the 26th of May, which was Monday. We're on Sunday now, and they're that size. I think these germinated within a couple of days. Like I say, I think they've kind of gone from the first day, because like I say, this seed kind of changed colour on them. Like the most of the colour came out of it, which I thought I'd done something wrong, so I reburied them. But really easy. Like I say, they got a bit of. Trying to see if I can tease that one off without breaking its head. But yeah, if you want to help them off, just be real careful that you don't. There you go. Nice and easy so they don't choke themselves out. But what a great plant to grow there. Like I say, I've got all the information on the actual previous video. So if this is the first video that you're seeing, obviously it's a bit of a spoiler one. I will put that in the title so you don't get this far and then realise what I've done. However, for some people, you want to see that the methods quite rightly work before you start following what I'm doing, and I absolutely appreciate that as well. Rather than you kind of own a leap of faith. Oh, that one didn't work. Get rid of that one. I ripped the head off that one. But yeah, so just be careful with that. I mean, the vast majority I got them off, but one I ripped the head off. So that's one less plant I'm going to have. So yeah, so out of that one, again, we've had 2 of the seeds germinate. We're just waiting for the Traveller's Palm. That's right, the last episode we had the Traveller's Palm. In this one, that's the Case Alpinia. I'll check the other one. Truth be told, with one of the seeds, the Schizolibium, that one, they're still in the packet. I haven't even sown those myself. I haven't had the time. I've been doing work on my tiki bar and kind of getting that ready for like what we have our little party season. So I haven't had a chance to sow those. I've scuffed some of the packets up on them and stuff like that. So you guys are going to be about a week or so ahead of me on those particular ones. And then I'll take you into the propagator now just so we can check on the Aracema together. Yeah, so again, the Aracema, nothing moving in that one yet. Or in that one. There's a Pseudopanax, just to show there's nothing in that one. And there's another Pseudopanax. Again, these are really early days. Soteria, got nothing in. Again, some of the cannas and stuff going on there. As a little cheeky tip, if you want to know how to do Colocasia, that one's black coral. That one's absolutely sprouted everywhere. Just a bag, just put it in the heated propagator, heated windowsill, somewhere like that. That one's almost ready to be potted up. And again, the other one has sprouted all over the shop. And that I was just checking 2 different methods. That one sprouted in about 3 or 4 areas. I definitely prefer the baggy one though, so I think I'm going to put that in there just to keep the bottom dry more than anything, because you don't want those to rot out. So I'm going to put that back on a plastic bag. The rest of the season, like I said, I've still got these beauties. The Masanga, they're doing extremely well. Really, really pleased with those. Such an unusual thing to grow. So I'm dead chuffed with those. I've got this one's sizing up huge now. This one's the Alocasia Macaraza Toy Giant. That one's got roots. I can feel them all at the bottom in that one. Leaves, the beautiful upright ones. Have had a bit of a problem with aphids last couple of days. I've not had any in my greenhouse so far. By this time last year, I was getting absolutely smashed by them, but I've had nothing up until now. Then out of nowhere, they've turned up. Those are at the back of my hydroponic chilies. Just 2 plants, that is. Beautiful variegation on those. Definitely the most gorgeous looking chili plant I think I've ever seen. I'll be growing those every single year going forward. And I think that's the vast majority of the things that we grew from seed. There's another one of them there. That Musanga. Beautiful once potted up. And then, yeah, like I say, there's a couple of other things waiting to go. So if you're enjoying this series so far, really appreciate you watching. One final one before I went, this was the Leucocasia Toy Giant. And they're absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, if you could take anyone, gets the time to, if I know if you watch it on the TV, you can't, but if anyone could take the time to leave a comment, just let me know what you like, with the videos, how you're getting on with your seeds as well. I think the seed's probably expired now with the discount that I had, so I'm not actually going to put it on this video because it wasn't until the end of May. But yeah, just let me know if anybody got anything from there, how you're doing with the germination. And I'm already written the kind of key facts and stuff that I wanted to kind of run over with you for the next episode, and that features lipstick palm, which is the Chrysostachys render. I have tried it twice before and I have failed twice, but I'm not one to give up on seeds. So I think having the pressure of you guys watching at home, you guys and girls at home, it's kind of going to spur me on to follow the things to a T, just so I don't have to report that there's no germination. So we'll see. An unusual palm kind of grows in like really wet conditions and stuff like that. So apparently they're easy to germinate, which I can't vouch for, to be honest with you. I found them a nightmare. but then apparently they're really difficult to get going after that because they need really high humidity. But I've got an IKEA grow cabinet in the living room, so I'll just keep them in there for a little bit and just kind of see how we get on. There was a couple of bonus end-set bananas that I've done as well, but I've had nothing from those, so I'll report on those kind of as and when they go. But as always, just a really quick update on the germination, just so you guys can see that actually some kind of fruit at the end of all the work that we're doing. And like I say, in the comments, please let me know what's germinated for yourself. And obviously, we've only had a couple that are blanks at the moment. And like I say, for the banana plants and mani huts and stuff, if anyone's grown them from seed before, you know, 2-3 weeks and stuff like that is no time at all. So I'm not giving up hope on that we'll have a full stack on everything. But again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll aim to get the other video out within this week. It'll be out. But again, thanks for watching.